Holy smokes, guys. What the heck is going on today? It's like the stock market's on steroids all of a sudden. Jeez, let's dive into it, man. We're going to break down the charts in this video, some earnings, my thoughts, what the heck I'm looking to do. So if y'all find value, smash that like button. Make sure to subscribe here on YouTube. It's free. And I think like half of you guys looking at my analytics are not subscribed. So make sure to do that and follow me on X at Stocks Talk Stocks. You might as well. Link down below. And with that being said, guys, cheers. Let's dive into this and talk about what in the world is going on. So like I said, it's like the stock market is on steroids today. I mean, I'm not saying that lightly. Look at this, guys. The Russell went up 2.7% today. We had the NASDAQ up 1.7 as Apple's earnings are probably out by now. And we had the S&P up almost 2% as the Dow went up 1.7%, and the VIX went down. Now it's back to 15 points, down 7% on the day as the metals kind of did their thing today. Actually, they went up a little bit. Silver and gold each up 0.3%. So we have a lot of stocks to break down today, a lot of earnings. We're going to go over kind of how the markets did a little bit. We'll break down some charts here. So SPY right off the bat, guys, is at the top of this channel. Now, this is the moment of truth for SPY as we're still technically in a downtrend. There's no denying that. But, we're above the moving averages, which is good. And we're testing this point right here, which you guys can see we've struggled over the past couple of months near the top of this channel, right? So if this is successfully able to break 435, 440, it starts breaking above those levels, then we could really start to see the next leg up. But we're not there yet. Keep that in mind. We are not there quite yet. And triple Q, let's pull this up and see. It's pretty much the same thing, right? We're in a downtrending channel. Boom. Been in one for months, and now we're above the moving averages. We're definitely showing momentum on the bull side, right? But we're not taking out the channel quite yet. And if this thing does start going above, let's say 370, 375, that's where we would start breaking above the channel, but we're not quite there quite yet. So let me actually see if Apple's numbers are out yet, guys. I wasn't planning on breaking them down in this video, but we might as well get the initial reaction here. Why the heck not? So it looks like they just came out about 15-ish minutes ago, and Apple went up to 181, then down to about 173. Now it's down to about, 176. So it is down a little bit right now after the bell, let's say about 1%. At one point it was down, let's see, about 2.3%. So again, the numbers just came out. We don't have the earnings call or anything like that quite yet, but we can see here if I come down a little bit, let's see if this wants to work today, guys. Man, there's a lot of numbers here we're gonna have to go through, but it looks like they ended up doing, let's see, looks like revenue came in at $89.5 billion, which beat the $89.34 billion expected, and they beat on EPS. It looks like $1.46 versus the $1.39 expected. So they beat EPS and they beat on revenue. So let's see what these different segments are looking like here, guys. Let me come down a little bit. So it looks like iPhone revenue, of course, made up a huge chunk of their revenue, $43.8 billion. iPad revenue, $6.4 billion. Mac sales, $7.6 billion. Wearables, $9.3, which wearables, that's a, massively growing segment for sure for Apple. Services, of course, massive as well, $22.3 billion of revenue. And coming down a little bit more here, guys, China, Greater China revenue, $15 billion. All right. Let's see. Wearables, home, and accessories revenue, $9.3. We just said that. All right. Very good. So, yeah, rest of Asia Pacific, $6.3 billion. Let's see where Latin America's at. Europe revenue, $22.46. Let's see. Americas, $40 billion. All right. Japan, $5.5 billion. So, of course, a lot of their revenues coming from Greater China and obviously the Americas. And it looks like their segments are obviously heavy towards the iPhone sales, but of course the services and wearables are $30 billion combined. That, those two are growing pretty massively. And of course, Macs and iPads are always going to be popular, although those are the smaller quote. I mean, $7 billion in a quarter. That's bigger than a lot of more than a lot of publicly traded companies report, right? But for Apple, it is a smaller piece of the pie for sure. Mac and iPad sales. But yeah, maybe I'll do a deeper dive video on Patreon. Shameless plug. Check it out. Link down down below if you guys want to, or maybe I'll do another one here tomorrow on YouTube. But overall, that's a quick rundown on these numbers from Apple and the charts. If I pull up the 4-hour time frame here, guys, we can see a lot of the same, a lot of similarities with Triple Q and SPY. We can see Apple here, yes, it's above the moving averages on the 4-hour time frame, which is awesome, but we're still trading in this downwards channel, are we not? We're right above, or rather we're right at the top of the channel. We're right at the highs from the middle of October. So I feel like, to be honest, Apple could get rejected here, but obviously if we break above the 185 mark, I could be proven wrong, or not proven wrong necessarily, but we could start breaking out from that point. So let me set my alert at 185, and now let's talk about some other companies, other stocks that have just gone haywire today. I mean haywire. You guys saw Palantir. We made a video on that earlier today, which that did, did very well. Palantir went up 20%. Let me pull it up and show you guys again. For those of you that missed it, we pretty much filled the gap from $14.50 to $18, $18.50, and it's crazy the move that stock made. And we had a lot of other moves from other companies as well, just as good, if not better. I mean, I'm not sure if you guys saw, but Shopify reported earnings today, and their stock ended up erupting 22.3% on the day in the green, and they ended up doing, let me see here, 24 cents adjusted EPS, which beat the 14 cents expected, and they beat on revenue, 1.7 billion versus 1.67 billion expected. And let's see, now they see full year 23 revenue growth of mid to 20s%. So what is that? 15 to 20 percentage range. That's pretty good, very good if you ask me, guys. And coming over here, let's see what else. I believe gross merchandise volume hit, 56.2 billion. I was reading earlier today, the estimate was 54.2, so that ended up beating. So this stock is just on fire, right? Above the moving averages on the 4-hour chart, completely reversing its downtrend pretty much, which is pretty impressive. But with that being said, guys, you got to realize, again, a lot of these are now overbought. I mean, we could easily get rejected here at the top of this channel and not necessarily go all the way back down, although that's possible too, but maybe just cool off a little bit, right? Maybe it just needs to cool off a little bit, go down to 55 a little bit, then maybe make its push back to 60. But either way, Shopify is on fire. Roku as well is on freaking fire, guys. The most out of all the stocks we're going to talk about today, percentage-wise. It went up 30% on the day, $18 in the green. So let me actually see what they did, guys. Their numbers came out in the morning, right? Wait a second. Why are their numbers not listed here on the live news tab? What is going on, man? Think or swim. Your employees are freaking slacking right now, guys. Oh, my God. What is going on? Let me pull it up here on CNBC, guys. Give me a second. And by the way, make sure to hit that like button if you haven't done so already. Subscribe. And feel free to follow me on, X or Twitter if you guys want to. That is, @StocksTalkStocks. So I pulled it up right here. They ended up losing $2.33 per share, so they lost money versus the loss of $2.12 expected. So they lost more money than expected, not the best, but revenue ended up beating $912 million versus $855.2 million expected. So they crushed revenue by over $50 million, which is awesome. And let me actually see what else do we have here, guys, in terms of Roku. Anything on guidance for the fourth quarter? Roku expects revenue of roughly $955 million, topping the $952 million expected by Wall Street. So that's good. I mean, if a company is not focused on EPS, well, guess what? Guess what's going to happen, guys? Investors know it's a growth company, know they're investing for the future growth, hence why they're losing money. And if revenues are growing, man, if guidance for revenue is above the estimates, it's going to make investors happy. And in this case, that's exactly what we're getting, guys. Roku is on fire, breaking out. And like I said, with the other stocks, this one's pretty overbought as well. And if it cools off a little bit while maintaining its breakout, that could be our shot, or my shot. I'm not telling you guys to do this, but my shot to hop in as a trade. So those are three names that a lot of people are probably watching right now and that are just ripping overall as of today. And again, all the indexes crush it today, guys. We had other stocks move big time, like Starbucks. SBUX is the ticker. They had their numbers come out. This one's starting in reverse. Might have to break this down very quickly right now, guys. Let me pull this up and show you what's going on. So Starbucks did adjusted EPS of $1.06, which beat the 92 cents expected, and they crushed, I mean crushed, sales, $9.37 billion versus, what is that, 8.7? Yeah, $8.76 billion expected. So they beat EPS, beat on revenue. And let's see here, guys. Their loyalty program, 90-day active U.S. members, up 14% in Q4. It looks like here in Q4 they ended with 38,000 stores, roughly 52% company operated and 48% licensed. Operating margin 18.2%. Yada yada yada. All right. So Starbucks is breaking out 9.5%. Back over $100 a share, and it's reversing on the 4-hour chart for sure. Very obvious, right, guys? And Tesla's also seeing some upside, right? Not fully reversing by any means, but it went up 6%, man. 6% in the green today. Looks like Tesla is bouncing back a little bit here. $12 in the green. So we'll see if that holds or if it's just a fake out rally. I don't know. But overall, guys, that's the video for today, or for right now, this video. There's probably going to be another one coming out. But that's this video, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe. And do not forget to get up to 16 stocks for Moomoo, each up to $2,000, guys. Use that link down below or go to stocksurfest.com/Moomoo. Once you guys open up your account and fund it with your initial $100 deposit, you get 5 stocks right off the bat, and you get a free share of SoFi stock totaling 6 stocks. And fund your account at least $1,000, guys. Listen to this. You get 10 more stocks totaling 16 stocks, each up to $2,000, guys. So use that link down below or go to stocksurfest.com/Moomoo. Get your stocks. And with that being said, cheers. I'll catch you all in the next video.